There's too many rich people owning the media because they're letting their financial decisions impact how news and opinion is being told.
Which is
And
what,
we've seen that with the Washington Post, the LA Times, now CBS News. That's a problem.
yeah.
That's a huge problem.
And John, you and I've talked about this numbers. I would just appreciate somebody who knows how to go down to, the city hall and find a report, or go or work a source, or any of the things that you and I have to do on a daily basis. I find it's wholly lacking. It's almost as bad as when you're at a television station. It's the advertising manager who ends up managing the station and telling the news what to do, and they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. I'm sorry, that's my rant. John, do you think there's any hope for it, or am I being? You tell me. You're in the business with me. Am I being overly dramatic?
No, I don't. I don't think you're being overly dramatic. I think it's a legitimate concern. I mean, but again, I do think it's a wait and see. I mean, I think Ed O'Keefe, who's a White House reporter for CBS News, does a pretty good job.
Yeah,
I think he asks tough questions. But he also asks smart questions. I can't tell what Ed's personal political views are via his
good.
questions. Now, what we have to do is keep an eye on that and listen and see if we notice a change in Ed and his colleagues in the White House Bureau, and they have folks on the Hill too. Do their questions start to change, and does it seem like they're getting orders from above to change their questioning, maybe lighten up a bit on the White House? But we're just going to have to wait and see.
That's well with
I know that that's probably not the answer you're looking
no,
for,
no.
but
I understand. I don't see. You do want to give them a chance to prove that they have the ability to do what they do. I don't want to prejudge. It's just that past action is usually indicative of future action, and I see nothing to give me faith in the decisions that are being made. Plus, look, six companies used to own and operate 90% of what we see read or hear. That recently became five. There's another buyout on the plate, so that then it'll be four. Well, it's going to be like the big four automakers or the big four oil companies. There's going to be the big four that run the media, and you can't have an independent media with that. You just simply can't. And I thought it was bad when I first got into the business. 80% of it was run by 24 companies, and now more than 90% is run by five, and soon only four companies. It doesn't bode well for independence, independent thought, criticism, or independent criticism. And Mark's right. It's decisions that are being made solely based on the pocketbook rather than on newsworthiness. And that's one of the reasons I think we end up with the shit that we have today in politics. It's, the large media companies are complicit. So with that being said, I do want to make, I want to make a couple of plugs as we finish today. I don't usually do them, but I do want to plug Wasteland Entertainment, Zachary, Karam, Penelope, Brennan, the Chelsea Film Festival, Cooney TV, and Wasteland Entertainment, because my two sons just won Emmy Awards for an Emmy Award for a short film that they did. So that's my plug for my kids today. Congratulations, guys. You did a great job. And then I want to plug the guy with a haircut today, Mark Zaid, who's going to celebrate his nuptials this week. John, we're gonna have to feed him properly. We'll have to drink in his honor. So congratulations, Mark. Even though I know you don't like the haircut, you look marvelous. You look fantastic. I love it. So with that said, what do we got to plug, Mark?